I know this might be an unpopular opinion, but I'm not the biggest fan of Eeyore. Maybe that's because I see too much of myself in Eeyore. To be honest, I think I'm more like Rabbit if I had to pick a Pooh Bear character, but I am kind of like Eeyore. So he annoyed me a little bit in this episode, but generally I really liked it. Donkey for a Day is the second segment in the second episode of New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. And as with the first segment in this episode, I couldn't remember it. It didn't trigger any nostalgia or any memories for me. So I'm treating this as the first time I've seen it. And as my first viewing, I really enjoyed it. Everybody looks at Eeyore when he's up on the hill and they think he looks all sad and forlorn, so they all decide to take it in turns to cheer Eeyore up. And we get to see them doing different things, taking turns to make him happy. But what they don't realise, that we as the viewer do realise, is that Eeyore is hating this. And he is hating everybody interfering with him, making him do things that he really doesn't want to do, and generally just making him really very unhappy. And all the while this is going on, poor Piglet, we cut to Piglet every now and then, Piglet is fretting because Piglet doesn't realise what Piglet can do. He doesn't know how he can cheer Eeyore up. He doesn't know what kind of special skill that he can bring to help Eeyore. But ultimately, I think what Piglet does bring, and I won't spoil it by saying what it is, but ultimately I think he brings the most important thing of all. And it's really sweet. First of all, it's a lovely story about friends trying to cheer up their friend, but also there's a bit of a message in here that says maybe you need to work out if what you're doing is to cheer them up, or if it's something you're doing for your own personal satisfaction. But it's really sweet. I did kind of like Eeyore as it went on. To begin with, he annoyed me, which is usually the case. I never hate Eeyore, but just sometimes I feel like maybe he needs to, just shut up a little bit. Yes, he is a lot like me. But I enjoyed it. It was really sweet. It was good fun. I did kind of want to tell them to stop and look and actually see how Eeyore is responding to this, but that's part of the message and part of the narrative. Piglet, in particular, was absolutely adorable. I don't know which I prefer, Friend Indeed, the first segment, or Donkey for a Day, the second segment, but both were pretty adorable, and I have to say, I kinda like them both.